Come on, the film starts now. Hey, once you were all cute little kids. Your mother and your father looked after you very well and protected you from every danger. You grew up. The cute little animals you see are still babies. They are tiny and weak. They need to be fed and protected. Their parents will protect them from danger, feed them, and make big sacrifices for them. Come on, let's see together the sacrifices that animals make for their young, and the solidarity and care they have for one another. Hi, kids! We birds really love our chicks and look after them very well. Like all our friends, we think about our young ones first. Come on, let's see what some of our friends do for their young ones. These chicks just hatched. They can't fly yet, so they can't find food for themselves. When they're hungry, they open their mouths and wait for their mother and their father to bring them food. The mother and father of these birds gather food for them day and night and feed them carefully. Look, this diving bird has gathered food for its chick and flies to its nest behind the waterfall, where its hungry little ones are waiting. These birds gather food for their young without tiring and bring food to the nest every 10 minutes. They think of their chicks before themselves and feed them first. But you know, kids, it's not only birds that think about their young ones. Several animals make even bigger sacrifices for their young. It is God who teaches these animals that they have to think about their young and feed them. Just like God has given us our senses, He has given animals the instinct to survive and reproduce. In the Quran, which God sent down to guide human beings, God states that animals were created with the qualities required for them to live together. There is no creature crawling on the earth or flying creature flying on its wings who are not communities just like yourselves. We have not omitted anything from the book. Then they will be gathered to their Lord. Storks. Come on, kids. Let's go to the forests of Thailand. It's really hot here. I wonder, how do young storks born here protect themselves from the heat? They survive with the water that their parents bring them in their bills. Look at the mother and the father stork. They are pouring the water over the chicks that don't have their feather yet. This cold shower makes the chicks comfortable for a little while, but it is not enough. The chicks also need shade. This need, too, is supplied by the parent's sacrifice. But how? By opening their wings and acting as a shield against the hot sun, the chicks are protected from the heat. With the care, attachment, and sacrifice that storks show for their young, it puts them among the world's model parents. Ducks. Most ducks carry their ducklings inside their feathers. When the mother comes up on the bank, it's time for the young ones to get out. The mother duck arranges the nest so the young ones will be comfortable. In the meantime, the father gathers food for them. The father duck returns to the nest and carefully feeds the ducklings. When their stomachs are full, they go back to their safest place. This secure place is under the mother's wing. Dolphins. There is a strong bond between the mother and the baby dolphin. The mother teaches the baby to meet every threat. Here is a threat. Young dolphins are having a contest with a boat. One of the dolphins does not realize that it is getting too close to the boat. The propeller or the hull could injure it. The mother dolphin recognizes the danger and comes to her baby's side. The mother pushes the baby down to the ocean floor. She emits high-frequency sound waves from her nose to her baby's body. With these waves, she sends a warning to her baby. The baby realizes its mistake. Later, the two of them swim away together. Elephants. Now, do you want to see some examples of love and solidarity in the animal world? Elephants are the biggest land animals, and one of their most notable qualities is their attachment to one another. Self-sacrifice and helpfulness are not reserved for family members, but are to be seen among the whole herd. A hot summer day in Africa. Elephants are continually on the move to find food and water. A lake has begun to dry up, and it is the only source of water in the area. It is a bit harder for this baby elephant, whose trunk is still small. He has to really bend down far to reach the water. An adult elephant bumps the baby elephant by mistake, and the baby falls into the pool of water. If the baby is not rescued right away, it will be buried in the mud and will be in danger of dying. There is no time to lose. The mother elephant kneels down and reaches into the pool. She puts her trunk under her baby and tries to pull him out. Other elephants come on the scene and join her, trying to pull the youngster out of the hole. And a patient rescue operation begins. The hole is quite deep, so some of the elephants dig around the circumference of the hole to make it easier to reach the baby. Finally, the tiny elephant is saved. Every elephant in the herd comes up to the baby and smells it with their trunks. The bond among members of the herd and their helpfulness saved the youngster's life. This amazing self-sacrifice in the animal world is one of the miracles of God's creation. In a verse of the Quran, God reveals, "And in your creation and all the creatures He has spread about, there are signs for people with certainty." Arabian birds. This is the Middle East. It is very hard to survive in this hot, dry land. This little creature, known as the Arabian bird, manages to survive in this difficult environment. This is because these birds have a wonderful solidarity and cooperation among themselves. They do almost everything together. This includes washing themselves. After washing themselves, they sunbathe. While the birds are drying their wings, they also clean one another. This is very important for their health. Without tiring or losing their enthusiasm, they groom one another. Among Arabian birds, there is also a division of labor. For example, the whole flock working together finds food for the young. Later, the collected food is shared equally. The responsibility for guarding the flock is also shared equally. Every bird takes its turn keeping watch from the top of a tree. When it comes time to change the guard, the new sentry brings a portion of the food to its waiting friend and takes over the watch. This guard is of vital importance for the safety of the flock. The Arabian bird on guard duty immediately sounds the alarm when danger comes. The whole flock comes together to protect themselves. They make their enemy uncomfortable and distract its attention. When the danger is over, life returns to normal. The guard on duty returns to its place. The chicks start to play with one another. Very well. How have these birds come to have such a strong sense of solidarity with one another? The birds you see are all animals without consciousness. Why do these animals keep guard over their friends? You would expect it to fly off and find enough food to fill its own stomach. But, contrary to this expectation, it shows great self-sacrifice. Without eating a thing, it does guard duty like a soldier with great determination. Who teaches these birds their sense of self-sacrifice? Who commands them to put themselves in danger for the sake of their friends? Certainly it is Almighty God, who gives these little birds, which He created from nothing, their sense of community, solidarity, and self-sacrifice. Meerkats. These cute little animals called meerkats live in a community, and there is a wonderful solidarity among them. Solidarity is of vital importance for them because they live in a very dangerous place. Every morning, meerkats first check on their security and then spread out over the land to find food. In this community, every member has a different responsibility. Some meerkats stand guard for the safety of the others. This meerkat that you see here is watching for danger that may come from the rear. Some sacrifice themselves to keep guard from the tops of trees. They wait for hours under the blazing sun without eating or drinking a thing. When the guard sees danger, he warns his friends by giving an alarm. When they hear the alarm, the meerkats run to hide in their dens. Cooperation and being of mutual assistance protects the lives of meerkats. The most important responsibility of the group is to rear and protect its young. Every day, one meerkat stays in the den to look after the youngsters. This amazing cooperation, solidarity, and self-sacrifice among meerkats are inspired in them by God. Parrots. These are young Australian parrots. Each of these chicks was born 5 days apart. This is why they look so different. The first chick to hatch from the egg is much bigger than the last one. But the mother parrot is very fair. She gives each chick the amount of food it needs. 10 days later, the biggest chick is still a lot bigger than the others. But, miraculously, it shares its food with the smallest and the weakest of its siblings and feeds it from its own mouth. Why does this little chick show such self-sacrifice? Why does it give food to its weak brother? Those who claim that animals just think about themselves could never explain the reason for this benevolent behavior. But as you see, even a little bird shares its food at the right time with its smaller and weaker brother. Because of the sense of solidarity and sharing that God has inspired in them, all of the young develop in a healthy way. The woodpecker. The woodpecker's bill is a very strong auger. It first pecks a hole into the tree with its bill. Then, it stores acorns in the hole to be taken out in the winter. The woodpeckers you see in this tree have stored 60,000 acorns. It is very difficult to peck 60,000 holes in the bark of a tree. Woodpeckers manage this difficult task with patience and self-sacrifice. The purpose is to feed their families when the cold days of winter come. The young members of the family also help in the preparations. Every bird does its duty to perfection. Not one neglects his job. The woodpecker family, by their example of cooperation and solidarity, prepare for difficult days ahead. Conclusion. Well, kids, in this film we have seen examples of the care that animals have for their young and of the solidarity among them. God created the animals we have seen and gave them their sense of caring, mercy, and self-sacrifice. It is stated in a verse of the Quran that God's knowledge and power surrounds all things around. It is God who created the seven heavens and of the earth the same number, the command descending down through all of them, so that you might know that God has power over all things, and that God encompasses all things in His knowledge. Did you know? Champion birds. Hey kids, some birds can't fly, but they have other different abilities. For example, the ostrich or the roadrunner can run faster than an Olympic record-breaking athlete. If a human being were to run a 100-meter race with an ostrich or a roadrunner, the human being would certainly lose the contest. Whereas an Olympic champion can run 39 kilometers an hour, an ostrich can run as fast as 60 kilometers an hour. With its long legs, it can stride 3 meters in one step. These birds are among the fastest athletes in the animal world. The one who gave them their running ability is Almighty God, who created all things from nothing. Stork's migration. Every year, storks migrate. Setting out from the African continent, storks cross the Mediterranean Sea to reach Europe. Very well. How do storks find their way in this thousands of kilometers long journey without getting lost? Research has shown that there is a kind of compass in the stork's body, able to sense the Earth's magnetic field. With this natural compass, they follow the lines of the magnetic field and set their direction. Thanks to this compass, they complete this long journey and find their nests from last year. The one who placed this direction-finding system in the stork's body is Almighty God, who created all animals.